Hello and welcome back to the Team Bulletproof channel. I'm BP Brad, and if you haven't already, you know what to do. Smash that sub button for me down below. So today we have a special guest in Bauer, and we're going to be doing the Going Rogue podcast. So if you want to introduce yourself, Bauer.
So I'm Bauer93 Gaming. Brad, thank you for having me on the channel. And we're going to be talking all things Rogue.
We're going to be doing 3 questions over on the Team BP channel, and then we're going to do 3 questions over on Bauer's channel. So if you want to see the full podcast, then be sure to go and check his channel out. So we're going to start it off asking Bauer, what does he think of the weapon mastery?
So at first, with the weapon mastery, I wasn't too keen on it. But then I did a bit more research into it, and obviously more things had come out about the weapon mastery. At first, initially, Brad, you know what I thought? I thought any rogue could have any gun, and then my mind was just going crazy at that point. But then when I realized, you could basically, unlock certain things, certain weapon wraps, do sort of challenges, and then it would only be that weapon class that rogue has. I was more drawn to it, in fact. And I thought, oh no, this could be a good thing. Lancer could have an SLC, or Lancer can have the glitches shotgun.
Yeah,
so
SLK.
SLK. So I was more drawn to it. But I mean, in all, obviously, the rogues, they sort of, at first I also thought that the rogues sort of lose their individuality. Because putting all weapons in the same pool might eventually lead to just 1 or 2 of them being used, while the rest of them kind of fall into oblivion, as with all metas in all competitive gaming. But I also kind of thought the sum of these choices has a unique set of strengths and weaknesses, which could lead to your team's advantage or disadvantage. So that's what I was sort of weighing up, because you would pick a rogue for a specific gun, but now anyone could have an SMG who already owns an SMG. It might it sort of loses its niche. What do you think about it, Brad?
So I really like the introduction and the thought of weapon mastery. I think from a grinding point of view, I think it definitely gives the player the option to come on and grind a particular gun they like. If they like the Rogue Kestrel, but they don't necessarily like the Knight, it gives a player to come on, or the chance to come on and play Ronin and master the SLC, so they can use that on their favourite Rogue Kestrel. Where I think there's a slight disadvantage in competitive play, I think that all rogues need to have access to all guns in the private, in private gameplay, because otherwise it's a bit unfair. I think if you're going to be playing competitively and you haven't grinded a particular SMG or AR or whatever it may be, then there's a disadvantage there, and it's almost like not paying to win, but you understand the concept. Yeah. It's not fair that someone that's put more hours in on pubs uses the most OP or most meta gun. So Rogue Company, I hope when they launch it, when you go into a private game, that is a feature. In terms of guns being meta, I'm not too worried actually, because as I say, they'll look at all the data and analytics. Same with other games as well. And all they'll do is they'll just nerf that gun, and then you'll see other people testing out other guns, and there might be a new meta and that'll be nerfed. And it happens in most games where a particular gun is more meta than other. That's used, and then as soon as that's nerfed, another gun comes up. And unfortunately it just happens in gunplay games. And that leads me to my next question, and that will be, what weapon will you be mastering first?
I'll definitely be mastering the SLC first. Lancer with the SLC will cause havoc on all game modes, and I'll probably also be mastering the SKL. So like I said, glitches shotgun, because I really think that shotgun this season is OP as hell. I mean, normally shotguns are short to mid-range, but at the moment
it's like a sniper.
It's like a sniper. It definitely needs to be nerfed.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be mastering that as well. Like, just imagine Lancer with the SKL instead of the Striker, and same with Scorch instead of the Arbitrator.
Yeah.
It would be chaotic. But also, because this is pretty much a hard one for me, because I know I'll be also trying to master Shaq's gun, the D40, the SMG.
Yeah, that's dope.
Really dope.
So for me, Lancer with the 2.4S is really good anyway, but she suffers a bit of range. I think if I had the choice to pair her with any gun, it would definitely be the D40C of Shaq and Sigrid. But the weapon I'll be mastering first will be the Mayumba. That gun is, yeah, bro, I'm so dope with that gun. Maybe not in comparison to better players than me, but I feel like I'm so good at that gun. And where I main Dahlia, the ability to, you know, trade the MXR out, which is in a good state at the moment, that gun. But use the Mamba is going to be, I'm going to be pretty lethal with that pairing. So
what's weird with that is that's one of the most underutilized guns, but it's one of the best guns.
Yeah. It can be unforgiving, especially using like where it's burst. If you miss your first burst with the slow fire rate, I mean, you can often get killed, especially if you're against the objection where you can die in a split second. Obviously, that has such a high fire rate. But at medium to long range, it's unreal. 2 bursts sometimes, you know. But anyway, we are now on to the third question, and that, I mean, this video is being recorded before the Friday announcement with Rogue Company. But are you excited for the mid-season update and the new Rogue runway?
Super excited for runway. 2 primary weapons on our passive.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy. So having obviously a new gun, a new AR, the Hydra, which sort of looks like a Scar L to me.
Yeah.
And then Phantom's LR-15 sniper. Imagine just having both of those guns and, you know, swapping between long range and mid range.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I'm definitely excited for the new Rogue. I would have preferred her to drop with season 3. But we can't all have what we want. But excited. What about you?
She's going to make some good pairings, though. I mean, Dahlia, obviously, the ability to link to her, so that means she'll probably be able to carry her assault rifle and SMG. We'll have to test that on the PTS. But also, because she can carry 2 primaries, that means that if you're not particularly good with the sniper, you can drop that sniper and pick a gun up off the ground. So where I can see it being really effective is, you know, if you pick up a kill with the Hydra, you advance, pick up the, you know, the enemy's SMG, another assault rifle, and then you're fully geared up. And if you drop your ability and you've got all the ammunition, another gadget, she's looking like she could be really, really strong Rogue. And I cannot wait to try her out. In terms of the other stuff, all the other goodies dropping mid-season, it's going to spice up the game so much. So I am really looking forward to it. But that's it for part 1 of the podcast. If you want to catch the second part of the podcast, head over to Bauer's channel. I'll leave the link down in the description. We'll be going through some more questions. But until the next one, guys, peace!